Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so this is what I'm trying to say here. I have a light ring around my face, which gives me a certain glow. And you have that same glow, my friend. Happy New Year to you, but you're
Happy
in
New
the
Year.
shadows.
Happy New Year to you and to
Yeah.
yours
Yes.
and Irina.
Thank
And
you.
he's not on Facebook. He's on. Oh, do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, yes. It's called Pre-Chiro. Prechiro. I've been posting a couple times a day these last couple weeks.
It's not. It's not Ben Glass. It's not Benjamin
Well, I
Glass.
have that too, but I've been more my video stuff has been coming from that channel. But yeah, Ben Glass,
Ben
of
Glass. He
course.
does
Yeah,
have one.
yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
does have one.
On
So
Instagram and Facebook. So
okay.
anyway, if this
So
is me with my newborn baby, which is theoretically coming in the next couple of weeks,
oh
what
my
would you
God.
be educating? Maybe they're not a baby anymore. Maybe they're like 15 years old or something. Impart some wisdom on us on what this holiday represents. Some of the practices
Okay.
that you
Okay.
see as being vital to a healthy relationship with this holiday here.
Okay. Well, it's a lot about relationships. It starts what's called the 10 days of awe, AWE, which goes from Rosh Hashanah through to Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement. Rosh Hashanah is we don't celebrate it like on this like a secular holiday with hats and banners and horns. The horn that we use is the shofar. It's a
Mhm.
call. It's a call to attention, attention to know who we are as human beings, how we relate to each other, how important it is to seek good relationships and to be positive and to ask forgiveness. We need to be above our egos and to ask each of us, not just God to say forgive us, whatever your belief is in God, but to each other. We actually have to go ahead and ask the people that we know we related to try to develop a rapport, a conversation, a positive way of thinking, and like it says on your shirt, peace is like the top goal for every living human, that we should all live, uh, being colorblind, no racism, no bigotry, none of that. We should start off anew to make ourselves better people, and
Mhm.
this is the way we do it. The shofar is is like a horn. It's like a horn, but it's not a horn. It's a ram's horn. And let me see if I can get a sound out of mine so that you can know. Hold it. Hold it. Stay right where you are. Stay right where you are. Let me see if I can make a sound. That's without any practice. It's
It
it's
seems
it's.
like you've put in some hours on practicing
I
that
haven't.
flow
I
right there.
actually haven't. But I did blow shofar for the synagogue in Port Jervis, amongst others, and I I bought it when my father was in the hospital many years ago, and he was in the hospital, and I wanted him to hear the shofar, so I got clearance from nurses and doctors that I wasn't going to give people a heart attack because it is a blast. But the question that you asked me is more about how do we celebrate it. So we ask that it be a sweet year. We say that we take some an apple,
Apples and honey.
apples and honey, apples and honey. Here, apples and honey. We got
I got bags of apples in the other room.
Okay. We light candles. We light candles. And it turns out that this Rosh Hashanah comes out on Shabbat. So it's the Sabbath as well.
Uh-huh.
It starts tonight. It's celebrated for 2 days. We do not blow the shofar tomorrow because we're not permitted to do that on the Sabbath. So people have to wait until Sunday to hear it.
So yeah, so you could theoretically be providing a virtual Seder. You could facilitate because you've got years of experience doing this with a congregation of people who knew and liked and trusted you because you provide a good experience in the name of Judaism.
Well, I would hope that I've touched people that otherwise would not have had that experience. I wish you were here to join us.
I am there. What
for
do you
this
mean? I'm
meal.
right
You
there.
are here. You are here. You are here, and you're going to become a father, and you're going to impart those traditions. It's a biblical holiday. It starts off like a new beginning. It's a new beginning. Every beginning is a new beginning, but we have to wrap our heads around that and really start not with what is it on the secular New Year that we make not restitution, we make resolutions. So we can make all the resolutions that we want, but interestingly enough, during these next 10 days ending in Yom Kippur, what do we do on the night of Yom Kippur when everyone goes, or everyone who can goes to the synagogue, and the prayer that they say is Kol Nidre. Kol Nidre means all of the oaths, all of the promises, all of the vows that I made or will make, may they be null and void, knowing that we're not always going to be perfect. We're not always going to be able to do what we say we're going to do. So we look ahead and we say, yes, we're making these promises, but we know that sometimes things interfere with that, or that we can't accomplish what we set out to accomplish. So we have to forgive ourselves, and we have to forgive each other. So that's the big spirited manner in which these holidays are observed. That
So
it's
how are these holidays connected? How is the 10 days, how is that significant? You talked about the 10 days of awe. Can you elaborate on that?
10 days of war, because where we look around us, we look at the world around us, we stand in awe of our planet as something that has been created by a higher power, that we are responsible for maintaining and preserving, and we need to take life seriously, and we need to take ourselves seriously in some ways, and sometimes we take ourselves too seriously, and becomes an issue for us. But from a philosophical point of view, we have to watch our words, watch our actions, and try to be kind. The question is what is the most important thing in the Torah, in the five books of Moses, in the Bible. And it really boils down to that one thing that has to do with caring for each other, and being neighborly. That don't do to anyone what you wouldn't want to have done to yourself. Be kind, be good, be neighborly, be thoughtful, and and um, and life will follow from there. That's the most important thing to do. And
So if
so
I'm
love.
hearing you right,
It's
the 10
about
days
love. It's about
about
love.
love. The
It's
10
about
days are a
love.
celebration of love, or just providing love, giving love, receiving love.
And being serious about it, and being and not being frivolous about it, but taking it seriously. So you're on the right track, Benjamin Glass.
Self-love, self-love.
We have to give ourselves. We have to love ourselves. How can we love someone else when we can't when we don't love ourselves? We have to take ourselves as serious as we can, but not too seriously, and we have to care about each other to the best of our abilities, and not be phony about it, but to be
Mhm.
to be sincere about it.
Does,
Sincerity is important.
does
Honesty.
Joanne have a question for you?
Joanne, you
I
have
have a question for you, Ben. When is the due date?
Early October, first couple of days of October.
Oh, wonderful.
I
Wonderful.
think it'll be right around that time. Hopefully a week later, you know. But
Well,
Oh my
it'll
goodness.
probably the baby will be born during Sukkot, which I think is on October 3rd, if I'm not mistaken.
okay.
That's
Mhm.
another holiday as well.
How is Irina doing?
Excellent, excellent.
Good.
She's healthy. She's strong. She's working out every day. She's
Great.
walking. She's
Great.
slowing down a little bit at the office, but still seeing people.
Amazing.
Amazing
She's
woman.
Your
she's
parents
got she's
must be
got a lot of
so
energy.
excited. Your parents must be thrilled.
We're all very excited. The little
Yeah.
one is going to be very special, and obviously hold a special place in all of our hearts. So
Yes.
I'm just trying to teach the little one through the elder, and you're also an elder. Can you impart some wisdom for our little one if they're listening to this in the future? What's a message of what maybe you're experiencing right now in regards to the world, and some peace in there that can exist for them?
All we need is love. Da, 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 da.
Well,
Truth be told,
yeah.
truth be told,
Too much time, too much effort is
love.
spent in discord.
And I don't mean it in like a sappy way. When you think about science too, science needs to be handled in a loving way too. I mean, everything kind of everything goes to the core. Love is the core of everything. So when you are a scientist and you're trying to work on some problem, you're opening your heart to that as well. It's an energetic thing. It's an energetic thing. You can make war through science, but you can make health through science.
Holistically, we have to live
Right.
with that holistic sense of
I'm not,
bringing
I'm
together.
really, I'm just like off the top of my head, so I'm not really prepared for
Well,
this.
your study, it seems like you've dedicated some of your
Yeah.
focus to science, and to the science of
Yes,
love, and the science
yes,
of the
yes.
vibration of love.
Energy,
Right.
holistically,
How we do things.
not discounting
How we do
anything,
things. How we run countries.
being
How
heartfelt.
we teach. How we bathe. Everything, every action
Yeah.
has to
Yeah.
come out of that love. And love
What do I
equals
hear?
many other words. Love is the core word, but there's a spiral around it with all sorts of other words.
Mm.
And it all brings it together.
Where is
Well,
that coming from?
It's on the computer.
Oh,
It's Rabbi Cohen.
we have a service going from our local synagogue that's streaming. So let me share that with you. This is Rabbi Perlman, who's also the cantor. Can you
good
see?
right there. Try and tilt the screen down a little bit. There he is.
Yeah, so the services are being live streamed tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday.
And this is how was it like being embodied in that experience right there before I let you go?
Say that again.
What was it like for you being embodied, like doing what that guy is doing right now, sharing
Oh,
words from the Bible?
I can tell you that for me, when I was the rabbi of the shul in Port Jervis, it was the best 10 years of my life. When I was still working, of course, but having the congregation and knowing the people. This is bittersweet this year because the synagogue is coming to an end. It's being merged with another synagogue, as many of them are, as unfortunately there's a lack of participation. Demographics change, people move away, so there's really no calling for it in Port Jervis anymore. Unfortunately, it was a beautiful building, and I miss it dearly, and some of the people that were there.
There was a lot of love coming from those people, a lot of love coming from your heart towards those people for many years. How long were you the rabbi there?
I was the rabbi there for 10 years, but I was involved before that, having been living in the area when, in the absence of a rabbi, I was called upon to be their rabbi, and it was a good feeling. It was a positive feeling. I wish you would have joined us. Your father was there a couple of times. Your mother and father were there a couple of times.
I did join you. I was there many times, at least 10
You
times.
What?
At least 10 holidays.
You remember? Because I remember taking one of the scrolls, one of the Torahs, in my car down to Philadelphia to do your bar mitzvah. It came from Port Jervis. So there's this connection between you and me and Port Jervis that will always exist. It will always remain solid, and it makes me feel wonderful to know that you're even doing this, that you're interested enough to want to have this conversation to whoever or whatever you think put you here on this earth, and wonder about it, talk about it. You're going to have a child. There's going to be all kinds of...
If I may just say, I think Judaism and chiropractic are very similar in that people don't recognize the depth, and so that they fall off, but they're forgotten about oftentimes by the practitioners of Judaism or chiropractic. They forget about these people, but there's still so much potential that exists in all these people that sort of fell through the cracks in the synagogues or in the chiropractic schools. And it's our job to really answer those interesting questions. Like, I'm sure people, I know myself, thinking back, I was always wondering about the Torahs, where they came from, who they were purchased by, how much they cost, how valuable are they, what are they made out of, how are they printed? I mean, who's creating these things?
Yes.
Where did they come from?
Yes.
And what do you say to that in a nutshell? And then I'll let you go.
I'm glad that you're inquisitive. I'm glad that you're interested in how it came to be and how we came to have it as our own. There's not one word in that scroll that has changed over millennia since we received it on Mount Sinai so many years ago after wandering in the desert. We can talk about that, and we can talk about finding ourselves, finding our place in this world, and finding ourselves. And that is my closure for this holiday wish for you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a sweet year. Yes, God bless you. And let's keep talking to each other.
Absolutely. We'll have this conversation with my dad next time. And then I'm going to just sit in the background, and then you and him will be split screen, okay?
Anything you want.
Thank you. Thank you. Until we meet again.
Best, yes. Good Yontif. Have a good
Yes,
holiday.
yes. Lashana Tova. Good Yantif.
Lashana
What does good
Tova.
Yantif mean?
And best to your wife. To Irina, your
Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you.
whatever.
What does good
whatever.
Yantif mean, Ira?
Yom Tov. Yom Tov. The word Yom means good. The word Tov the word Yom means day. The word Tov means good. It means a good day. It's it's Yiddishized. So many people just say good Yontif. Good Yontif. You might hear that, but it's actually Yom Tov.
I would love to hear you and my mom go back and forth on Yiddishized the languaging around the vocabulary that you have with Yiddish. That sounds interesting too. And me and Joanne should have conversations about holistic health, or maybe me and you too, but definitely me and Joanne. Yes.
Let's hope in the years to come that there are many things to talk about.
Yes, and I this is like my 20th video shoot in the last like week. It's crazy. Everybody
Really?
I talk to, I'm doing this with now, and I love it. You know, it's great.
You're an interesting guy. Keep it up. Keep
All
that
right,
brain
Ira.
functioning.
All right,
Take care.
love you. Thank you. Take
Love
care.
you too.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Joanne.
Bye.